temperature of 42 degrees, dew points at 28, and the barometer is at 30.00 inches, and it's on the rise. This morning's background is a webcam from Gillette Stadium. You can see plenty of sun out there right now. Taking a look at temperatures across the nation, this morning's cold spot is the Canadian border right now, hovering around 0. The warm spot is the south coast, the Texas and the Florida coast. They are in the upper 60s. Taking a look at temperatures closer into Boston, you'll notice Boston is right around 40 right now, upper 40s towards the Cape and the Islands, and upper 30s towards the Berkshires. The northern mountains, you guys are in the upper 20s to start this morning. Taking a look at the national radar, not a lot going on. A little bit of snow out towards the middle of the country. A little bit of also some thunderstorms out towards Louisiana and Mississippi. They are experiencing some thunderstorms. Could experience a few strong ones embedded within these within this low pressure system. And take a look at the radar closer into Boston. Just some lake effect snow in New York, a little bit on the Mass border. And we actually had a lot of lake effect snow in New York over the weekend. Also a little bit affecting the Berkshires. Interestingly enough, lake effect snow happens when the lakes are still relatively warm, and then colder air passes over the lakes, and that creates that lake effect snow. And obviously with the cold front passing through on Saturday, that's what caused that lake effect snow machine to really kick up in the Great Lakes. Taking a look at the current surface analysis, just a low pressure system in Texas right now that's helping to create those showers out in the Gulf Coast. Not a lot going on other than that across the nation. Taking a look closer into Boston, a little bit of a tiny low pressure system off near Buffalo. Other than that, just a few lake effect snow showers out towards Albany and western New York. A few clouds affecting us at this moment in western Mass. Other than that, not a lot going on. A pretty quiet day of a little sunshine out, especially towards eastern Massachusetts. Taking a look at the projected high temperatures for today, 44 in Boston. That computer model is a little bit underdoing it. I think we could actually get into the upper 40s, in the mid to upper 40s, where this computer model has us in the lower 40s. I think we get to the mid to upper 40s. I think this is a GFS computer model. This is a little bit underdoing it. And taking a look at the nation, you'll notice a cold spot for today is going to be the Canadian border up around Wisconsin. Man, that's some cold air. And taking a look at the warm spot today, 83 in Texas. They're going to be the warm spot today. And the California coast, they're going to be in the upper 60s, which is pretty seasonable for them for this time of year. Okay, I'm sure everyone's heard a lot about this storm for Tuesday. I'm not really too concerned about it. This is the a computer model projection for the snow. This is at 10 a.m. Tomorrow morning. I think that this computer model is really overdoing it. I think that the snow is going to really be relegated to south of the Mass Pike, and this is what this is another computer model for 1 p.m. on Tuesday. As you can see, I think this is a little bit more accurate. You can see the snow overspreading the area, a little bit of mixing towards the Cape and the Islands, but this is not a big storm. This is a really weak storm. Most of the moisture, most of the precipitation with this stays offshore. It really doesn't get its act together until after it's offshore. And taking a look at the snowfall projections, not a lot in our area. A couple 1 to 2 inches down across New York. I think New York City could even pick up 2 to 4 inches out of this, but that's on the top end of things. Around our area, just a few, just a dusting, maybe a coating. Can't rule out an inch, especially in the South Shore, but not really a lot. This is not a big storm, just enough to make the commute a little bit tricky, but other than that, not a big deal. For the football game, Millis will take on Abington in Bridgewater. Bring the coat just in case. It's always is bad to be stuck out in the middle of a sports venue when it's snowing out. And this is the same model run, except for this is Wednesday morning, and you can see really the storm is sliding out of here, just a few leftover showers. And as I mentioned, Tuesday into Wednesday, it's going to stay mostly offshore, little to no snow accumulation. Maybe a dusting or an inch is possible, but not a big deal. And looking ahead, cold air follows the storm. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 30s all throughout this week. And there is a little bit of good news on the horizon. The CPC just released its long-range forecast, and we're looking at a warm-up December 3rd through the 9th. So temperatures will be above average for that period of time before, and then after that, after the 9th, back into a cold pattern. But enjoy the 3rd through the 9th. There is a little bit of light on the horizon. Thanks for joining us. I'm student meteorologist Tyler Simpson. Remember, you can always find the latest weather information by going to my Facebook page, Tyler Simpson-MHS 103 Weather. Thanks, guys.